Today, when people think about smuggling and pirates, they usually conjure up images of Captain Hook from Peter Pan or Halloween costumes. But in the 17th and 18th centuries, piracy and smuggling were serious business, and Oyster Bay was a hotbed of both. As early as the 1650s, border disputes between England and Holland centered on our area, with both countries establishing Oyster Bay as their territory, but with neither side having reliable enforcement of their claim. Both expected the payment of duties on goods sold here, but the active harbor and lack of control made it a perfect spot for trading goods and evading taxes, and ships laden with the stolen bounty of pirates and privateers made their way ashore with regularity. Privateers were those who attacked enemy merchant vessels with the permission of a government, sharing profits with the crown that hired them. The term pirate referred to anyone who robbed ships at sea. When privateers exceeded the bounds of their commission, they became accused of piracy. This was the fate that befell the infamous Captain Kidd, who was a resident of New York City when he was granted a license by the King of England to attack French ships. His career as a privateer soon turned into that of a pirate, however, when he began attacking merchant vessels regardless of their country of origin. After seizing an Indian ship heavily laden with treasure, he found himself a wanted man by the British government. He fled the Caribbean on a small sloop and, according to legend, buried much of his treasures along the eastern shores of America. Oyster Bay was his last stop before traveling to Boston to explain his actions to the colonial governor of New York, the Earl of Bellamont. Here he spoke with his attorney, a man named James Emmett. However, in Massachusetts, he was unable to convince authorities that he had acted under orders of the king. He was imprisoned, taken to England, tried, convicted, and sentenced to hang. Captain Kidd maintained his innocence and promised to share his buried treasure if only he could be released and given a ship. In the end, though, he was hung, not once, but twice, as the first attempt did not kill him. His dead body was covered with tar and left hanging to rot as a warning to other pirates. Many treasure hunters believe to this day that the buried treasure of Captain Kidd lies on America's eastern shores. Perhaps there is even a little bit of it here, in Oyster Bay.